And welcome back to the Crypto 618 channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at baked beans, 11 million in TVL and paying up to 6% per day. But before we get started, if you would like to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. Let's get into it. So, baked beans. This is baked beans. BAKEDBEANS.io. I had a quick look at this. I've seen this for a little while now, and it's still going strong. So I thought I'd have a bit of a talk about it. So I'll go through some of my main points with baked beans. The first thing I want to talk about is it's just a simple contract. So baked beans, you can't just sort of go and chart this. It's not on a chart. It's not like a token that's a chart, and it's not something that you can buy and sell. It's just an app, a very simple. You got the user interface here, and then you've got the contract behind it, and it's got a very simple contract. And you can't even actually, find the contract here. You got to dig deep to actually find the contract that you're connecting to. But anyway, this is what it is. It is a simple thing. Now, the way this works is it's a reward pool. So essentially, people come along and they put their BNB. So you'll need, this is on the Binance Smart Chain. So you'll need BNB for this. And they'll put their BNB in the pool. And what happens is you get paid rewards from that pool. And then someone else comes along and puts their BNB into the pool. And that makes the pool bigger. And this is what this contract area is here. So it's actually got 29,228.209 BNB. And this, if you monitor it, this actually equates to 11 million. It's actually over 11 million TVL, which I'll show you shortly on the contract. So this is the contract, and this is how much money I've got in my wallet. So I've got 0.048 BNB in the current wallet that's connected. And then you've got here your beans. So you've got a couple of different things. This is where the whole baked beans concept comes in. So when you come in and you just you'll type in, let's say you want to buy 0.5 BNB, right? So then you'll get this button that says baked beans, and what that means is really buy. Essentially, you're taking your BNB and you're gonna get some beans in return. Excuse me. So you're gonna get these returns. Now you don't know how many beans you're gonna get. And also, the price actually fluctuates for the beans. It's a dynamic pricing, which is not really disclosed. So what will happen is you'll come in and you might get a certain amount of beans one day, and then you type in more. Obviously, the more BNB you type in, you get more beans back, but the price does fluctuate. Once you get your beans, they will then appear in here, and then you have a couple options. So once you have your beans, you then generate rewards. It usually takes a day or so to get rewards. So yesterday, with my rewards, I think I put in about 0.05 BNB, which is around about $20 US, and I put that into the contract, and I've come back 24 hours later, or probably less, and this is around about 80 cents. So 0.002 BNB. The last time I checked was about 80 cents. So it's paying around about 5%. Now, when you do go to their Discord, you can join the Discord and have a look at what they talk about. I recommend you read all the documentation. So you can actually go down here and go to their Twitter. This is their Telegram. And this here is the address of the contract. You can click through that. And we'll actually have a look at that now if you like. So you can see there was 11 million, and now there's 12,148,000. So this is how much BNB value is inside the contract. Okay, and when you go to the contract, I had a quick look at this, and I was satisfied that there's no rug pulls that can happen essentially on this because there's no liquidity pool. Essentially, all of the BNB is in the one contract. And essentially all the code for that contract is here. So if you know how to read contracts, you will have a quick look at this. You'll understand it's a very simple contract. And all the math is here. And I won't go into deep dive into this at this stage. But all the information here is for how everything is calculated. So it's all in the code. And all that code it runs that contract. So it's very, very simple. So there's no liquidity pools that people can do anything with. They can't sort of take all treasuries. They can't steal from the treasury or anything like that. It's simply, this is in the contract, and it has to follow a set of rules to be able to get that out. So what happens? Will this go on forever? What's so special about it? Well, on here it says it pays 8%, and the APR is 2.920. Now, I wouldn't say that this is entirely true. This is like the best case scenario. And the dev fee is 3%. But really what it's doing is it's a dynamic system, so it will go up to 8%. Okay, so they should actually say that it goes up to 8%. But when you read the documentation, that is correct. On average, it's about 5% per day, which is insane because normally you don't get anything like that. Now, this whole system, the only reason it can pay the 8%, so if you're thinking it's just going to pay, let's say 5% on your BNB, and that's the idea, don't be misled by that. So let's say it's 5%. What they're saying is 5% of your beans, and this dynamic price of the beans do change. So what will happen is, if over time, if no more users come into this contract and no more BNB is put into the contract, and then there's two aspects of it. There's compounding, and there is claiming. So rebake is for compounding, and eat beans is for claiming. So if I were to claim my rewards, the contract, this balance like a wallet, it would go down. If everyone decided that every time they get a reward, they would eat beans, this contract would slowly drain down until there was nothing left in the contract. And your percentage, you definitely would not be getting that 5 or 8% daily return. So this is just be aware of that. Now, when you put in your BNB, it's gone. So let's say you put one BNB and it's $400, and you put that in this contract, it goes into this here, this total, it's completely gone. You can't get it out. The only way you can get it out is through your rewards, and the rewards will be on average 5% per day. So the way to make money with this is, why would you sort of risk doing that? Well, if you compound and you can get past that, the number of days for ROI, it makes sense, because once you reach that part where you actually get back all your rewards, everything after that is profit. And that's how you would make money on this. Also, if you had referrals, as you can see down the bottom, there's a referral link where you earn extra for doing the referral link. That encourages people to join. And this is pretty standard with some things where they have referral links so they don't have to pay advertising. That makes sense. But just remember, if no new users come in and no new fresh capital comes in, there is only this pool. And all the people that are in this pool will get divvied up their rewards equally, but it all depends on how much they rebake and eat beans. So there is a suggested formula for that. They suggest that you should rebake 6 times, and that is like once a day for 6 days, and then on the 7th day you eat. So that's a claim. So they compound 6 days and then claim on the last day, so the 7th day, and you just repeat that cycle. And the idea behind that is you're going to be compounding, and then you take some beans out. Obviously, you could compound for 30 or 60 days and then start eating beans if you wanted to. Just depends on how long you think the contract will last. The contract will be probably always there. The things that can disappear is the user interface. So this whole interface or website could disappear, but the contract would still be available. And you're like, well, okay, if I lose the website, how do I interact with the contract? Well, you can just come along to write contract here, and all the functions that you would have is in here, and you just click on connect to Web3. I won't do a tutorial on that, but if the user face ever went away, you could always come down here and get out your rewards. And in this case, it's called sell eggs. That's how you would get rewards, by going and clicking this after you connect your wallet. It's the same as eating beans over here. So that just gives you a little bit more comfort. So it's simply the amount of BNB that's coming into the contract. Now, how do we know how many users? How do we know this information? Well, the good thing is I've got into that and found some information about that, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. Before I get to that, this is not just a standalone project. It's not one of those ones where it's a cloned one and then they have it up for a little while and then somehow just make some fees and make some good money off it and then start another one and do it again. It's actually a project team that's got a few things going on. And the main project is called CryptoBakehouse.com. So they've got basically two apps. They've got the miner, they call it a BAKEDBEANS miner, but don't get confused. It's not mining Bitcoin and it's not mining BNB. It's just called BAKEDBEANS miner. They've got token staking for another one called BCT, which is another one of their tokens. And you can actually, with the BCT token, you can see here, it is a reflection token where it has 12% tax on buy and 12% on sell. And this goes to marketing. So this is a slightly different project. But what's interesting is if you have a look at the light paper, so always read these papers. So this is a light paper. And what's interesting about this, this very simply, when it just relies, I won't say it's like a Ponzi or anything like that, but it's very Ponzi mechanical, meaning that the number of users, and most things can be said for anything in crypto, even the printing of real world money is a Ponzi. So it just depends on the number of users. So this is very simple. If the number of users come in and the amount of money increases in that contract, that's the only available money that's in the contract. And then that is shared between all the people that are in that contract. And obviously, you're not going to get any more out of the contract unless there's new people that come in with new funds. Now, that's where it's classed as a Ponzi scheme. Now, what's interesting is this is a slight variation of that, is that once you add extra money into this TVL from another source, you're actually injecting funds from another external source. And this is what they've done here with the Bean Chart token. So they basically, this one here, part of the buy and sell tax goes in to the TVL pool, which is really interesting. So essentially this project adds funds into this project here, which allows for it to one, keep it going longer and gives it a longer runway. So it's a very interesting aspect. I like where they come up with something new to solve problems. So this is pretty cool. So yeah, that's it there. Now, how do we know how many users, how long this has been going for? We can go into their Discord group and check that out. But I'm going to show you on DAPPRADAR. So if we go over to DAPPRADAR, you go in the high risk category. Now we'll just back out for a second. In the high risk category, you'll see all of and the reason they say the high risk is because they're just smart. A lot of them are just smart contracts, and may or may not have liquidity pools. May not be ordered. This is all to do with DAPPRADAR. They classify them as high risk, and there's a lot of reasons for it. DRIP is number one high risk, although it has been around for a long time and paid out a lot of money. And BAKEDBEANS is now in position number 2. Now you can actually see that DRIP's balance is actually 6 million and BAKEDBEANS balance is 12 million. So that's very interesting. But this one's based on users, and in DRIP, there's 31,000 users, and BAKEDBEANS there is 23. So this is the number of unique wallet addresses interacting with this. So this is really cool. So literally 23,000 people are in BAKEDBEANS and 31 are in DRIP. So if we have a look at BAKEDBEANS again, you can have a look at the statistics. And in the last 38 days, 28,000 people have interacted. You can see the volume and transactions and the balance has increased. And if we have a look at the historical activity, you can see it's been going since around about November. And then it started to take off probably in February. And it's been slowly going up. And probably in March, you can see how it's been increasing like so. And now we're in the last 7 days. You can see that this is the yellow, which is the users. You can see the users going up. So that 22,000, that means that are interacting on a daily basis. So if we go back to that 24 hours, you can see in the last 24 hours, 23,000 users. are interacting. So this gives you an idea of how many users. So you can see that the users are increasing. That's probably to do with the referral. And you can see the pink line, which is the amount of volume that's happening on that day. So back, there was a peak for 1.7 million back in 9th of April, and that's come off a little bit down here. But overall, as long as the number of users increase and this volume continues to increase, then you'll see the pool continue to grow. So if you're not sure about this project, don't go in. If you want to throw some BNB into it, great. Just remember you're not going to get it back. But how long is it got to last in terms of, before you get your money back and start making money? Okay, well, that's really simple. I went through the numbers. So what I've done is I've looked at the daily compounding on, let's say, $1,000. So let's pretend you put $1,000 of BNB into, sorry, not 1,000, yeah. So $1,000 worth of BNB, and you put that into here, and you press the button and it's gone, okay? And then you're only going to get rewards. So if we go back to the spreadsheet and have a look, so what will happen is you'll be getting earnings of around about that 5%. I've just worked off 5% because you may not get the 8%, but let's rely on 5%. So you get $50 in rewards in BNB, and you can claim that. But what we're going to do is we're going to compound that for 6 days, and then on the 7th day, we're going to claim. So what will happen, this is your balance starting at 1,015, next day 1102, 1153, 1215, 1276, 1340, 1407. So you can see that this continues to go up here. But the thing we're interested in is this earnings. So by the seventh day when we're going to claim, we can claim roughly $67 worth of BNB, and that's with BNB staying at that price that it is. So it's $67. So we've put in 1,000 and got back 67 on the first week. Then we keep going, we keep compounding. That means we keep pressing the rebake button for every day for like another 6 days. We get to the 7th day, and now we're getting $94. Now we can claim that by hitting 8 beans. So now we've got the $67 and $94 out. Then we go one more week, and we're going to be rebaking every day for until we get to that 7th day. And on that day, when we press 8 beans, we're going to get roughly $132. Okay, so then we scroll down a bit more. So at this point, how far do we got to go? Do we have to go to 28 days before we get our money back? Well, let's continue on. So at day 28, we're at 186. So on that week, you can pull out 186. And then at day 35, you can pull out $262. Day 42 is $369.60. Day 49 is $520. And day 56 is $731. And remember, you're only claiming once a week. We're not doing any claims or any compounding for the rest of the time. Now, if we have a look at when you get to 32 days, this is which is your ROI. So when you reach 32 days, which is back up here, at this point here, 32 days, if you were to do a claim close to that point, that would be at that 32 would be roughly when you get your money back. But let's say we go to the 35 and get that claim. So at that 32 days mark, you're around about $1,112. So you've got your money back because you put about $1,000 in, and now you've made a little bit of profit. So this is where it gets interesting. Every week after that is essentially profit after that part, because you've only put in $1,000. So that's 32. Once you get to the 42, that next week, 369.60, and then 520 for the week. And that day 56, we're now taking out 731 for that week. So you can see after day 56, we're at $2,504. So So this is what's interesting. So once you break that initial amount of days to get your ROI, it will continue to go up as long as the pool continues to go up. And what will happen is the compounding will get bigger, and you will have bigger claims. But this only works is if the number of users continue and the number of BNB continues to increase the pool. So obviously this has like a 5% compounding. If the amount of users and the BNB is not growing more than 5% growth rate on a daily basis, then what will happen is there'll be the rewards will not be as high. They won't continue to go high. They'll actually be less than what they advertise on the front page, because it's meant to be up to that 8% per day. So with all that in mind, essentially, if from about 32 days onwards, you've made your money back, as long as there's no exploits or anything to do with the contract. And look, I can't say that there's going to be an exploit. I don't know. I've had a quick look at the contract. I couldn't see any obvious things, but obviously you've got to do your own research and understand what it is. But it's not like where they can just take the money out. It's all here, and the only way you can do it is by actually selling a reward. So as far as I can see, it's pretty straightforward, and this will continue to grow while people are making money. And then at some stage, it may not continue to grow, and at that point, people will then choose to just eat beans all the time. And once they eat beans all the time, the pool will start to decrease, and then everyone will eat beans, and it will keep going down. The rewards will get less, and then people will forget about it and move on to another project. So essentially, while this is continuing to go up, it is pretty cool. You wouldn't want to put any BNB in here unless you're willing to lose that. Obviously, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. But yeah, you can see the number of users. Use DAPPRADAR. Check how many users are in here, are using the platform every day. Make sure it's increasing, and that's a good sign. And then as far as how long it will take to get your money back, you're looking at about 32 days, and that's if you're doing once a week. Obviously, if you didn't claim any period in here at all and you just compounded the whole time, it would be less than 32 days. But once you get to that mark, for every week that this project continues, you can see that it generates pretty good money. And this was from $1,000. So once it gets past that time frame and it keeps continuing, that's when you could seriously make some good money. But you have to get past roughly that 32 days. So you just got to ask yourself, is this going to continue for the next 32 days? And is the amount of money coming into it going to continue? You just got to make your own choice on that. But I just thought I would share that interesting one. Remember that there's the extra points where the BNB is within the contract, not on a pancake swap. It is growing fast. It does pay it out. There's plenty of videos where I've seen people pulling out very large sums of money or BNB, like quite a lot of BNB, mainly because they're now at that 30 days mark, and they also put in large amounts of BNB at the beginning. And they're also compounding 6 days and claiming 7th. If you do literally claim every single day, basically your rewards will drop, and you won't make that 5 to 8% that's talked about. You may make a lot less than that. So if you keep claiming, there's no essentially compounding going on, and you're not benefiting from that. So that's the reason why compounding 6 days and claiming 7th day is the way to go. So just remember, 32 days for ROI, you're rebaking, that's 6 days and eating on the 7th. 56 days to get 2.5x your return. Now you can also boost with referrals. So if you do want to share this, your referral link, you can share that with others, and then you will earn beans by doing that, because you'll get some of the beans by referring. You'll also, if you boost with fresh BNB, so if you buy more, that will also increase your position. But remember that if you put fresh BNB in, it's still going to take another 32 days at this growth rate for you hit ROI. So just remember that. So I hope you enjoyed this video today on baked beans. I'll probably putting a little bit more in it. I just wanted to check out this contract, but I already know a bunch of people that are already making some really good money on it. But just understand what it is. It's not like something you buy and sell. It is just a smart contract with a reward pool that is designed for when people to come here. There have to be new users coming in, and there have to be more BNB coming in than going out. Otherwise, the rewards drop. As simple as that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, check that out. It is paying currently up to 6% per day, but you've got to wait that 30 days. So obviously, don't invest any money that you can't afford to lose. Simple as that. So if you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. And also, I just wanted to share, if you wanted to support the channel, you can click this little button up here, support the channel, and that'll take you to Buy Me a Coffee, which is, I have a private Discord group here. So I've just had another member join the private Discord, which is awesome. Thank you. And basically, we talk about projects like this one, like Elephant Money, which will be coming back. They've just had a recent hack, and well, not a hack, a exploit. And with that exploit, they're still working through that. So I will give an update on that soon. But this is all the sort of things we talk about in the Discord. And we have airdrops, and we do live streams every week. So I encourage you to join there. If you have any questions, you can ask those questions in there. I'm more than happy to help. And also you can come along to my website, which is crypto618.1, and on here I put all the videos from YouTube, plus I've got a newsletter, so you can just click on subscribe, and it's free to subscribe, and you will get that letter sent to your box, and this will have all the latest videos. And also, if you do sign up for the premium content, you will get access to private posts and portfolio updates. So all good stuff. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and see you then. Bye.
Meet John. John works in his day job as an insurance agent. He hates his job, but he goes to work every day because he has to. He makes $55K a year, but he has a $500,000 mortgage hanging over his head, so he can't leave. Meet Bob. Bob is John's friend. He got into Bitcoin when it was only $1,000. Bob made millions in 2017 when Bitcoin hit an all-time high. Now he's just a professional bum, lack of a better word. Bob keeps telling John to get into cryptocurrency, but John's too busy at work. Does this sound familiar? What if you could find the next Bitcoin, or the next Ethereum, or the next chain link, before the rest of the crowd found out? Well, the opportunity is here right now. It's called DeFi, or decentralized finance. This is the next evolution in crypto, where you can stake, lend, borrow and farm your crypto, and earn interest on your money. If this sounds like mumbo jumbo to you, don't worry. In a nutshell, instead of having your coins sit in a wallet doing nothing, you put your crypto to work for you and earn passive income in return. Basically, anyone with cryptocurrency can earn a passive income if they know what they are doing. Over time, your crypto can grow bigger and bigger until it's making you a sizable return to either supplement your current income or replace your full-time job. Let's get back to Bob. Bob's not a genius, he's just resourceful. He got 100x Crypto Academy to do all the hard work for him. 100x Crypto Academy will research and analyze DeFi projects for you, so you don't have to do any work. Imagine finding low-cap gems for $2 to $5 that could potentially moon 10x, 20x, even 50x. What if you discovered the next Bitcoin or next Ethereum or next chain link? Profits are made early. Finding these hidden gems with the least amount of risk and maximum amount of profit is what 100x Crypto Academy do. Don't be like John, busting his butt all day at his day job, but he never gets ahead. Be like Bob, he puts his money to work for him while he does what he loves, like play golf. For more information, read the rest of this page, and we hope to see you inside 100x Crypto Academy.